Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to my new video. Today we'll be talking about which Forza Motorsport games are still playable online in 2026 and if they still work and which ones do not work in the current day if you could still play them. But as always, we're gonna get started and the video timestamps will be available for which game you are interested in. But as always, we're gonna get started. So for the original game, it is kinda actually a bit shocking because if you try to sign in, it'll actually try to sign in for a very long time, but it obviously won't work just because this game was released all the way back in 2005 and the original Xbox servers have been shut down for a very long time and you cannot play this anymore. But if you really want to play it, then you can, but you have to have a original Xbox that's modded and that has a certain program that lets you play older games online again, and it includes this game. Now I'm gonna go into that depth because I'm not very good at this game and I'm not very good at this stuff. So, and I know there's a community that still kind of plays this game that's like modded and has online capabilities. But yeah, that is how this game is doing 2026. For the second game in the mainline series, it was actually a bit shocking because you could still access all of the leaderboards in this game. You could still access the action house, which is pretty crazy in my opinion. Although a lot of the features are like not really that active, like you won't find any listings for auction house and you won't find a ton of people in the online. And of course, you could still matchmake and play online, but this game is pretty much dead, but it is still playable. For Forza Motorsport 3, it is a lot different compared to Forza Motorsport 2. So basically, you cannot access a lot of the game features like the leaderboards, storefront, and auction house, the features that use their servers. But you can play online, and it does have a interesting player base that you could see the player count, and you could still play it online just because it uses a peer-to-peer network. But a lot of the times when I played online, it's not really active. So this game, it's pretty much dead in 2026. For Forza Motorsport 4, it is kind of similar to Forza Motorsport 3 because a lot of the features that use the servers like auction house, leaderboards, storefront, etc. don't work. But you could still matchmake in this game, which is actually pretty cool. And you could still use the user created lobbies, which you could still find lobbies if you're lucky, and you could also host races if you want to. And it is still you could still play this game online, which is a good thing, but I'll be completely honest that this game, it's kind of dead because no one really plays this game anymore, and a lot of the game features, like I just said, are pretty much gone. So that is how it's doing 2026. For Forza Motorsport 5, this is probably one of the worst games if you want to play for an online multiplayer because the online multiplayer you have to have servers, and because of this, you cannot play online anymore. The rivals doesn't work anymore. The paint finals doesn't work anymore, and leaderboards and a lot of the features that have to do with the online server just don't work anymore. And it sucks because this game it used to work online perfectly fine. Like I used to be able to like leaderboards, use paint finals, and and now it's pretty much dead and you cannot use it anymore. So this game is pretty much dead in 2026. For Forza Motorsport 6, it is pretty similar to Forza Motorsport 5 because if you try to matchmake, like it will have the same error. It will say you cannot connect to the servers. It also affects the league staying, the rivals, and all the features that have to do with the online. Now, it really sucks because I've never got to play this online in this game personally normally, which really sucks, but that is how it's doing, and it apparently has been down for like 3 years now, which really sucks. And it's kind of similar to Forza Motorsport 5 because they both have been delisted. They have very little player bases. So as of as of currently, this game is pretty much dead. For Forza Motorsport 7, this is actually a game, it's actually in a very good state right now because you could still find lobbies, you could still play the online multiplayer in this game, which is really cool and matchmake have fun. You could also access the auction house, leaderboards, rivals mode, and you could also access the leagues thing, which is actually pretty cool. So all the features in this game, they're still very active, and if you want to play this game in 2026, it is still a great option because this game still has a good number of players and all of the features still work perfectly fine as it was back then. So this game is still active in 2026. For Forza Motorsport 8, it's the latest one, so you shouldn't really have issues into joining it. You could still matchmake perfectly fine. You could still find meetup lobbies, rivals, and leaderboards and all that stuff. And since it's the newest one, you could still buy it. You shouldn't really have any issues. Although it's not the most active Forza Motorsport game right now, it's still pretty active and you could still find lobbies and play online. So this game is still active in 2026. But hey guys, that is how the Forza Motorsport game series is doing 2026. Unfortunately, a lot of the games in this series are either shut down or they don't work properly anymore, which really sucks because I had a lot of fun with this series, and as of currently, it's not looking very good for a lot of the games in this genre overall. So yeah, this is how this series is doing in 2026. I expected more games to be active, but that is how it is currently doing. Let me know if I should do other videos like this and regarding like multiplayer stuff and stuff like that. Let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. But as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Until next time, peace out guys.